the driver inside. But the driver is the one who is moving the car. Similarly, the driver inside this body is the soul who is moving this body. And the soul is the conscious living entity which is seeing through its eyes, hearing through the ears, tasting through the tongue, feeling through the skin, and all these things. So, the soul is the real thing. And the soul is seeking pleasure. That's why people are looking for pleasure. Anandamayo bhyasat. Ananda means happiness. Soul is pleasure seeking. But the problem is now the soul is seeking pleasure in temporary material things. You take any mobile, it has a manufacture date and then after some time it becomes expired. You have to scrap it and take a new one. Similarly, the body also, it has got a manufacture date which is called birth date and then comes the expiry date. So body is also temporary, but the soul is eternal. Soul never dies. So the soul is eternal. So that's why the pleasure which the soul wants is also eternal. But when the soul wants to enjoy material pleasure, it cannot be satisfied. So the soul should look for spiritual pleasure. And how to get spiritual pleasure? From the reservoir of all pleasure. How do we get water to Bangalore? From the reservoir of water, Kaveri. Right? So when you put Kaveri pipe connection and then from there they get here, then we get water here. Similarly, when you want happiness, we should go to the reservoir of all happiness. That is Krishna or God. And Krishna is the most attractive person and the most happy person in this whole creation. And he is ever fresh, always young. He is always new. Material thing becomes old, but Krishna always remains new. So there is a verse in Brahma Samhita, which is already quoted by Kanak Prabhu. Advaitam achyutam anadi mananta rupam adyam purana purusham navayavvanam cha. Navayavvanam cha. God never becomes old. Right? In the Western concept of God, in the Western countries, people have a conception of God where they say that God is the oldest person. And because they don't have any description of God written in the scriptures, they say God is old. So they portray God with a stick and a dadi. And he's sitting on a chair and giving judgment. Okay, you will go to heaven, you will go to hell. That kind of thing they have. But actually, if you read the Vedic scriptures, they explain, yes, God is the oldest, but still he is the young. Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam cha. Purana means old. Purana Purusha means oldest person. Navayavana means ever fresh. Although he is the oldest, still he is the youngest personality. Youth. Krishna is a youth. So that's why we are having a youth program. So Krishna is always a 16-year-old personality. That's the form he has. He never grows old. This is how he looks eternally. Venam kvanantam aravinda dalayataksham barhavatam samasitam buddha sundarangam kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The beautiful description of Krishna is given here. Venam kvanantam, he is playing flute. Aravinda dalayataksham, his eyes are like lotus petals. Barhavatamsam, he is having a barha, peacock feather on his head. Asitam buddha sundarangam, his color, his bodily color is like that of a monsoon cloud. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So the Shastras explain that Krishna is the most attractive, most beautiful personality because he is God. And he is also called as Bhagavan. Bhagavan matlab one who has all the opulences in him. He is beautiful, the most richest, the most strongest, the most famous, the most knowledgeable and the most renounced. All these 6 qualities are fully in Krishna. So that's why he is the most lovable personality in the whole creation. And once we connect to Him, then we can get that happiness to us also. Okay? Because Krishna is eternal, the soul is also eternal, the relationship with Krishna and soul is also eternal. So there can be eternal relationship only between eternal personalities. Now see here, all the cows are loving Krishna. Right? Can you see some special feature of this photo? You will see that almost everybody is looking at Krishna. The cows are looking at Krishna. The gopas are looking at Krishna. Everybody is looking at Krishna. Right? Because Krishna is the center of their life. Even the cows love Krishna. That's why it's called as Gopala, Govinda, then Gopijana Vallabha. So all these different names are given to Krishna because he loves all these personalities. And when you love Krishna, your loving propensity is completely satisfied. Just like you want to love, suppose love is coming from your heart, it's dissipated everywhere, but it's not finding an end. Sometimes it's going to friends, sometimes it's going to kith and kin, sometimes to the nation, sometimes to different personalities. It's not finding an end. But once it finds an end in the lotus feet of Krishna, then it becomes fully satisfied. So the nature of soul is pleasure seeking, but that pleasure is fully satisfied only when it is in contact with Krishna. Right? So this is the spiritual perspective. Material pleasure is puna puna charita charunana, but the spiritual pleasure is nava navayamanam. But this you can experience only by practicing, not just by listening. By listening we get knowledge, but only when you practice you can experience it. Right? For example, in science you have theory and practical. In theory class you study so many things. In the theory on the board, in the book you will study. But same thing when you go to the practicals and there you actually perform the experiment and you see the result, then your faith boosts up. So one theoretical statement I will mention here. There is one Yamanacharya, great Acharya. He says, Yadavadi mama chitta Krishna padaravinde navanava rasadhamni udyatum rantum asid. This is his experience. He is telling, whenever I remember Krishna, Yadavadi mama chitta Krishna padaravinde. Whenever I remember Krishna, I get newer and newer experience. Suppose this moment he remembers Krishna, it is an experience. And next moment he remembers Krishna, it is a new experience. And like that it is new and newer. And it's unlimitedly growing newer. This is what is his experience. There is another Acharya, Rupa Goswami, he says that when I chant Hare Krishna from my tongue, I feel as if I should have millions of mouths to chant Hare Krishna and I should have millions of ears to hear Hare Krishna. Now for us it may appear, oh, how is it so? It's just an ordinary sound, Hare Krishna. But no, these people are having divine experience of chanting Hare Krishna. Similarly, if we also want to experience that divine pleasure, then we also have to practice it. So, like chanting of the Hare Krishna, like this person is holding mala in his hand, he is chanting Hare Krishna. And in this Indian country, so many sadhus and sages and even family people have been chanting these mantras since ages. सालों सालों से करते आ रहे हैं, फिर भी अभी भी छोड़े नहीं, कर रहे हैं. It means what? They are getting some new pleasure. Pratipadam Purna Amrita Aswadanam. Like just before we started this class, Kirtan was going on. Below also Kirtan was going on. Same Hare Krishna tune. From 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock they were chanting Hare Krishna. And again they were chanting Hare Krishna. They are not changing the mantra. They are changing the tunes, but same mantra is going again and again. And after this also I will chant Hare Krishna. भगवान में से एक ही मंत्र क्यों बोल रहे हैं, कुछ और बोलना चाहिए नहीं कि ये मंत्र में इतना पावर है कि आपको नया नया एक्सपीरियंस दे सकता है. सेम मंत्र बट कैन गिव यू मोर एंड मोर एक्सपीरियंस. देयर आर डिवोटीज इन आवर मूवमेंट हु आर चैंटिंग दिस मंत्र सिंस लास्ट 50 years. Many Prabhupada disciples were chanting this mantra since more than 50 years. And they are still continuing chanting and they want to chant more. How is this experience coming? Because Krishna is reciprocating. They're able to connect to Krishna through this chanting. It's very simple to understand. Just like you have a mobile phone, you want to talk to somebody, you dial a number, 10-digit number. You can talk to your mother, your sister, your brother, father, anybody you can talk. Don't you think there should be a number to talk to God also? What is God's number? God's number has got 16 numbers. 16 digits. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You dial the 16 number mantra, then you can connect to God. But it will take some time to catch the signal. Because nowadays there is a lot of traffic jam in the signals. Network nahi milta hai. Because our heart is unclean. Right? If you are standing in a lift, नेटवर्क आता है नहीं आता, कि बंद हो गया. और लिफ्ट का दरवाज़ा खोल के थोड़ा बाहर जाना है, फिर नेटवर्क आएगा. तो क्या हो गया, हमारा मन जो है मलिन हो गया. और हार्ट इज़ वेरी अनक्लीन बिकॉज ऑफ कंटेमिनेशन. So we are not able to connect to God because of that contamination. So you have to clean the heart. And what is the process of cleaning? Chanting only. Once you start chanting Hare Krishna, the heart becomes clean. And once the heart is clean, then we can clean. मतलब क्या, mind में जो noise है, the noise in the mind, that gets reduced. An easy to understand example will be FM radio tuning. And if you are not tuned into the right channel, then a lot of noise comes. Doesn't it? That kind of sound comes. In TV also it comes sometimes, if it is not tuned to a proper channel. Nowadays, because a lot of noise is there in the mind. And what is this noise of? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. This noise is too much. And because of that, we are not able to connect to God. But by chanting, what happens? These noises will reduce. And then we can easily connect to God. So that's what is happening. So once you chant Hare Krishna, you can experience this. So it's a ever new experience. Pratipadam Purna Amrita Aswadanam. Amrita means nectar. Pratipadam. Every step, every mantra, you can have newer experience of Amrita by chanting Hare Krishna. Right? How many of you are already chanting Hare Krishna, this mantra? Sometimes, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 50% of you are chanting Hare Krishna. My request is others also can also try to chant this mantra and see in your own experience that how it transforms your life. And our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada used to make this famous statement. Kindly repeat. Chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and be happy. Please say. Right? So this is the slogan which Srila Prabhupada gave. So generally on the New Year day people take resolutions. And people have taken resolutions in the past also. But the survey says that when people take resolutions, most of them are not able to keep those resolutions. How many of you agree with this point? Most of us are not able to keep these resolutions. And because of that, we fear to make new resolutions. We make new resolutions, then again we have to break it. So why to make new resolutions? Better not make resolutions. That's what they think. And it's also mentioned in the survey that people who have spiritual background, for practicing some kind of spirituality, they are able to keep up resolutions to a higher degree. Okay? There are those who are atheists, who are non-believers in God. They make resolutions, but after some time, immediately they give up. And there are others who are spiritualists, who are practicing some kind of spirituality. They make some resolutions, but they are able to keep it up because they have some willpower. And it's also observed in the survey that those who could not maintain the resolutions, once they took to the path of spirituality, they were able to make up resolutions. One of the resolutions people take, for example, suppose somebody is a smoker, he takes a resolution. He takes a resolution that from this new year, I will not smoke. I will not smoke. And he keeps it for 1 week. He is able to follow, but after 1 week, again that craving comes. He cannot resist, so he takes up a cigarette and starts smoking. Right? And he breaks his resolution. And once he breaks it, keeps on. अभी तो तोड़ दिया, अभी ले लो, शुरू करते फिर. And goes on for 1 year. And again, and he is suffering. He is coughing, he is getting TB, he is getting symptoms of cancer. And again he resolves, I will not do it. Again New Year comes, again he will make a resolution, again he will fail. Again he will fail. This is what is happening. But on the other hand, it is observed that those who are practicing spirituality, if they take a resolution, they get some strength to be able to keep it up. Even if they slip, they will again get up with more resolution, more strength, and they again continue on the path. The example is the hippies. In the Western world, the hippies were addicted to all kinds of bad habits. You can see that video, how these hippies were smoking, drinking and all those things. But over a period of time, because they took to Srila Prabhupada's teachings, they attended Bhagavad Gita classes, they started chanting Hare Krishna. Over a period of time, they became freed from these bad habits and they became very pure. So that is possible, and that's practically proven 50 years back. And even now also, those who are chanting Hare Krishna, they are able to keep up their resolutions because of their strength. So, any volunteers are here? Can you call Abhishek? Go from here. You can call. So we have come to the end of this session. Any questions anybody has? You can ask. Especially those who have come for the first time. You get the chance first. Box. Yes, anybody has any questions regarding what you spoke? Yes, bro.
Generally, we resort to something, and then due to this fast-paced life, we don't have time, and generally our priorities keep changing. So, how to prioritize these things? What to keep in mind that this is because this should be my first priority.
Yes, so very good question. What resolution should we take? So, box can be kept there. Box can be in front of Krishna. So, what resolution should we take is, let me get rid of my bad qualities and let me develop my good qualities. Generally, these two categories of resolutions we should take. If you find something bad within ourselves, let's try to overcome it. Conquer wise. Right? So, be wise, conquer wise. That's one slogan which we hear. And if you see some bad things in your heart, like I see some bad habits, maybe like something like I speak lies sometimes, and I know it's bad, let me take a resolution, I will not speak lies. But it is possible to practice only when we have some spiritual foundation. Because lies is not pleasing to the God. If you don't have faith in God, then there is no question of ethics. झूठ बोलो सच बोलो क्या फर्क पड़ता है अगर भगवान पे विश्वास नहीं है तो. So you should have some faith in God to be able to keep up this resolution of speaking, not speaking lies, for example. And other gross things are like smoking, drinking, or gambling, or having illicit affairs. These kind of things are very gross bad habits. So one can take a resolution that from today onwards, I will not do these 4 things. But you will not be able to keep it up, provided if you are not following spirituality, you will not be able to keep it up properly also. You will again fall back to those things. So, we take resolution to diminish our ill things and then also take some resolution to do some spiritual practice. Like I may chant Hare Krishna one round from today onwards. Or I will attend satsang programs from today onwards. Weekly once at least I will come to temple and attend some program or kirtan. That can be another resolution. Like that. So one resolution to overcome a negative and one resolution to increase my positive. Or somebody is already chanting Hare Krishna. Then he can take a resolution, okay, maybe I will help this, spread this message to others. The resolution. I will speak some good thing to others from Bhagavad Gita and help them and inspire them to chant Hare Krishna. That can be another resolution. Right? Wherever we are, we should try to become more and more higher than that. Right? So we should be in a growing phase. And because of our job and other things, sometimes there may be peaks in our keeping up our resolutions, but sometimes there may be lows. But overall the peak should be growing. Graph should be growing. We should not come down. Sometimes there is a hectic phase in your office or in college. So the practice may little come down, but again it should become up once you have time. Again it may go down sometimes during exams, again it may go up. It's like this, we should be constantly on the growing phase. Was that your question and did I answer? So now we'll do something practical. Maybe after the drama.